and in spirit to honor a titan of South African television and film, Presley Chweneyagae. As the news of his passing rippled through the country, hearts broke not just in households, but across an entire creative industry that he helped build, shape, and redefine. A man of great depth, resilience, and emotional range. Presley passed away on May 27, 2025, at just 40 years old. And while the official cause has been reported as respiratory complications, many close to him speak of the pressures, the lifestyle, and the unspoken burdens carried by artists, especially black male actors in South Africa. Today's funeral, held at the Acacia Community Hall in Pretoria, wasn't just a goodbye. It was a reckoning, a reflection, and most of all, a tribute to legacy. The community hall was filled to capacity, fans standing outside, media capturing the grief, and a silence hanging in the air that spoke louder than words. The black attire, the sunglasses hiding swollen eyes, the soft sobs echoing between moments of reflection. If you've ever doubted the influence of a man, you only had to be there to see how the industry showed up for Presley. Actors from across generations came to pay their respects. Zikona Sodlaka, Cindy Dlathu, Vuyo Debula, Connie Ferguson, just to name a few. Directors, producers, and even some of the new kids on the scene all spoke about how Presley's career paved the way for them. The funeral felt less like a traditional service and more like a memorial for a creative revolutionist. Many people first discovered Presley when he starred in Tsotsi, the 2005 film that went on to win an Academy Award for Best Foreign Language Film. He was just 20 then. He didn't just play Tsotsi, he became Tsotsi. That performance put South Africa on the map in a global sense, but more than that, it told the world that this country had something important to say, and Presley was one of its loudest voices. But he wasn't a one-hit wonder. Presley's work on The River as Cobra cemented his legacy as an actor who could do it all, make you laugh, break your heart, and make you question your own moral compass, all in one scene. He had that rare ability to be simultaneously flawed and lovable, gritty and magnetic. One of the most powerful moments during the funeral was Warren Masemola's emotional tribute. Warren, who many know for his own fierce acting talent, broke down several times as he spoke about their friendship and the battles they both fought, on screen and in real life. What stood out most wasn't just what he said about Presley, but what he said to us. Warren used that platform to call out something many in the industry have seen but don't talk about openly: alcohol abuse. He spoke candidly, almost like a warning to others, about how the fast-paced lifestyle, the trauma, and the lack of mental health support often push artists toward destructive habits. And alcohol, it becomes both the escape and the trap. He urged his peers, especially the younger generation, to seek healthier ways to cope. He said we need to do away with these unhealthy drinking habits before they do away with us. A line that left the entire room still. Warren's message opened a much-needed conversation. There's something about South African fame that's uniquely challenging. Low pay despite high visibility, public scrutiny, and a lack of systemic support. And yet, artists like Presley still gave us their best. Today wasn't just about mourning, it was about honoring. Presley leaves behind a legacy that stretches far beyond the screen. He was a mentor, an activist, and a man deeply rooted in his culture and community. He often spoke about wanting to see township kids dream bigger, beyond their environment, beyond survival, and he embodied that dream. There were moments during the funeral that felt almost cinematic. A montage of his greatest scenes played quietly on a screen, while a saxophonist performed a haunting rendition of Homeless by Ladysmith Black Mambazo. People didn't just cry for the loss, they cried for what he represented: hope, vulnerability, power. Presley's passing should be a wake-up call, not just to fellow actors, but to this country. We can't keep romanticizing the tortured artist. We need funding, mental health care, wellness programs, and real conversations in creative circles. Our storytellers deserve to live long enough to tell their own stories, not just through characters, but through full, healthy lives. Let's be honest, Presley's funeral is also symbolic of something greater: the fragility of Black South African artistry, the way our heroes are celebrated in death, but often unsupported in life. So to Presley, thank you for every tear, every laugh, every truth you brought to the screen. You made us feel, you made us think, you made us see ourselves. Your work was a mirror, and we're better for looking into it. And to everyone watching this, let Warren Masemola's words stay with you. Do away with those unhealthy drinking habits. Let's protect our artists while they're alive. Let's be there for each other. Presley didn't just die, he taught us something in the way he lived. And that lesson is now ours to carry forward. One of the most moving and unforgettable moments at the funeral came when actor Warren Masemola stepped up to deliver his tribute. It wasn't polished. It wasn't rehearsed. It was raw and real. He spoke as a brother would, a friend, someone who had shared not just laughter and work with Presley, but pain, truth, and growth. Warren took a moment to speak about something we don't often hear men, especially black men, speak about publicly: love. Not romantic love, but brotherhood, emotional vulnerability, that sacred, unfiltered connection between two men who chose not to be hard, not to be distant, but to lead with love. He said, "Me and Presley were not afraid to show love to each other." In a world that often tells black men to be cold, to be guarded, to never show weakness, that one line was revolutionary. It was healing. It was permission for others to do the same. And then came the most sobering part of his message. Warren turned his attention to something much deeper, something systemic. He didn't just talk about drinking. He talked about the history behind the drinking, the trauma behind the bottle. He reminded us that alcohol didn't just become a personal problem. It was made into a community problem, a tool of destruction, a weapon, introduced and pushed during apartheid to fragment black families, to disarm resistance, to bury the pain of being dehumanized day after day. That truth hit differently. It wasn't just about Presley, it was about all of us. The friends we've lost, the fathers we buried, the mothers who suffered in silence, the artists who were numbing themselves because society never gave them room to breathe. Warren's message wasn't judgmental, it was protective. It came from a place of love, of survival. He pleaded with his fellow actors, the community at large, and especially the youth, to choose life, to break the cycle, to seek therapy, to find community, to love each other loudly while we're still alive. That moment wasn't just a tribute to Presley. It was a call to action, a cry from one of our greatest performers standing in the shadow of another saying, "We've lost too many. We can't lose another." Our deepest condolences go out to Presley Chweneyagae's family, his close friends, his colleagues in the industry, and the countless fans whose lives were touched by his work. We mourn with you. We honor him with you. May you find strength in the memories, peace in the legacy he leaves behind, and comfort in knowing he was deeply loved by a nation.